This is a fantastic initiative you guys have taken. I think this is the first edition of ET, and I look forward to many more events of these. From Nokia's standpoint, network infrastructure is now a business group within Nokia which takes care of the entire broadband infrastructure build-up. Primarily, we are divided into three domains. We take care of the IP portfolio, of the optical and the DWDM, and lastly the fixed wireless access. Primarily, we take care of the CSPs from a network provision perspective, and also the ISP, web scale, and data center businesses as well. That is the need of the hour, Mansi. The network infrastructure built out is proportionate to the network growth. And we have seen after the 5G burst, the exponential growth is still to be seen. We've seen a lot of requirement at the network level, and we in Nokia NI, which is network infrastructure, are building networks to cater to those. Scalability will be important, but more important to this will be the automation story. In Nokia, we have an automation story for each of our verticals, whether it's IP, whether it is Wave Suite for optics, whether it is Cortica or Altiplano for fixed. We take care of the automation story, which is the most important factor when networks are to be scaled the way they are doing now. If you ask me, this has been the discussion for the last couple of years. It was not only the end users, the speed and the low latency, but of course there were use cases which we wanted to work on with 5G so that the end service providers can monetize the spend they have done on the spectrum. We have started seeing a couple of important use cases. One is the fixed wireless access. The FWA connects broadband to the end users and enterprise where fiber cannot be reached. So FWA will become a very important monetization case for 5G. Secondly, there are other cases like private LTE, which is now becoming more and more used to, and the people adapting to it when it comes to 5G private LTE. Other than that, many other use cases which will need network slicing specifications will also be very, very good for monetizing the 5G network. Okay, let me do it in two parts. So AI is everywhere where we are building our network, right? From the silicon which we build ourselves now into our network, most of our network equipment is using our in-house silicon. Apart from this, we are also working on a lot of APIs from an open architecture perspective. And then, as I mentioned, the automation story is again very, very important. What we will see on the positive side is the networks will become more robust and there will be no chance for any flaw in the network. So there has to be a complete flawless setup and planning to be done, and the networks have to live up to those expectations. Just an example, we are talking about treatment on patients on ambulances using 5G. Now there is no chance where you can have a flaw or a glitch there. The downside is there will be a lot of investment which will be needed, a lot of replanning which will be needed to exponentially set up the network to take care of the growth. But all in all, from an industry perspective, we are at the right space now. And for the next 5 years, we see a lot of growth opportunity for the industry. Nokia is a 150-year-old organization. And for the last 30 years, we've been one of the biggest telecom partners in the world. When we rebranded Nokia, the biggest intent was to show the vibrancy and the agility we have formed in the organization. And with the new mode of operations which we have now, where we are completely focused on business, you will see a lot more advantage coming out from the organization. And the new brand actually takes care of this. That was the main reason we actually rebranded the entire perspective.